You're too slow!
He took the kids!
Sonic the Hedgehog, the blue blur who rolls around at the speed of sound. A video game icon who's the Sasuke to Mario's Naruto. Thanks to Yuji Naka, Naoto Oshihime, and Hirokazu Yasuhara, they created Sega's money-making machine in 1991. Sonic ruled the 90s with his too cool for school attitude, earning him many beloved games, cartoons, comics, merchandise, spin-off appearances, and a surprisingly enjoyable live-action film series. And all it took was the entire fan base bullying Sega and Paramount. Sonic fans do not mess around. Honestly, the success of Sonic and its cult-like fan base has so much lore integrated into it that you could easily see some 4-hour-long documentary around it based about how bizarre everything is. 45 minutes would be dedicated to all the Rule 34 stuff. Come the early 2000s, during the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube era, Sega changed. They felt Sonic and his band of goofy goobers weren't enough to compete with the increased quality and maturity of games. They needed to be edgier. And so, with one look at Sonic Adventure 2, the answer became clear. Guns, motorcycles, guns, demons, darkness, and more guns! Shadow the Hedgehog was every stereotypical goth middle schooler's fantasy. In the early 2000s, Sonic was the king of nu metal. Released in 2005 on the Xbox, PS2, and GameCube, Shadow the Hedgehog was the hot new thing. Sega's attempt at a dark spin on the iconic Sonic franchise. Promotion for the game was wild. Sega sponsored an actual wrestling match with Pancreas Hybrid solely because the logo matched the color scheme of Shadow. The game exploded on the market, selling 1.5 million copies. Seeing an edgier version of our too cool for school blue blur shooting guns and riding motorcycles would make anyone want the game. Then they played the game. To celebrate the release of Sonic Movie 3, I want to talk about the iconically bad Shadow the Hedgehog. So how do you play Shadow the Hedgehog? A third-person shooter where the goal is to complete one of 3 missions from 6 different stages with multiple endings. Being similar to the other 3D Sonic games, Shadow can use the same commands of jumping, attacking, spinning, and triangle jumping across the platforms and other weird terrain for you to go super fast. The main issue being how the controls are super slippery and not very responsive. Many times when I attack an enemy, it causes me to die. It does not help when there's so much going on in a given level, especially Westopolis, the first stage of the game. I refuse to believe that people unironically like this game. It's not even a so bad it's good kind of thing. It just actually sucks. Although I will say, it is kind of funny, Shadow's reaction to falling off a ledge, because for him, it just comes off like a minor inconvenience.
Damn, it's not here.
Ah, shucks. As a staple in any Sonic game, you collect rings. When you collect 100, you gain an extra life that you'll inevitably lose in 3 seconds. Rings basically act as your shield. If you get hit, then about 95% of your rings will just fly out your body and you only have a few seconds before they're gone.
Ha! Give me your money!
As you travel across the stage, you find many items or weapons that Shadow can use. Guns, alien guns, swords, a fucking car. Who gave this hedgehog a license? A tiny Gundam, and many other weird items. You can only hold one item at a time. The more you equip of the same item, then the more times you can use it. The biggest draw to the game and its story is the hero or dark gauges, representing Shadow's ambivalence towards good and evil. If you attack humans, your dark gauge fills up. When it reaches max, Shadow basically nukes the entire area about 3 times. On the flip end, killing the dark creatures fills up the hero gauge and move across the map at high speeds for a short duration. I prefer this one just so I can spend less time playing this dog shit game. Like seriously, dude, I can't stand some of the levels in this game. The maps are way too long and take me 20 plus minutes to beat. There's a few different paths you go that eventually lead to a dead end, and sometimes you have to die to go back. Like, I know I suck at video games, but this is ridiculous. Thankfully, there are a few checkpoints you can access, so you don't have to restart from square one every time you die. Getting to one of these feels just as satisfying as finding a bonfire in a Dark Souls game. My least favorite level, keep in mind I hate all of them, my 13th reason was definitely Stage 4 The Doom. Having to traverse the arc felt like hell. I wanted it to end so much. I was visibly tweaking at this level. After about 3 grueling attempts, it took me roughly an hour and a half to beat the level. Fun and Shadow the Hedgehog for the PS2, Xbox, and or GameCube should never be in the same sentence. Despite the bullshit, the boss fights are actually my favorite part of the game. Now, they aren't fun, but the boss fights are actually pretty easy. Fighting a boss in this game feels like a reward for all the nightmares you had to go through. Now, the game does have replay value. You shouldn't touch this game to begin with, but there are different paths you can take each playthrough, leading to a different ending than the last. Each stage gives you a choice between 3 different missions to complete. Dark missions has you work with different members of the Black Arms or occasionally Eggman. Typically, you'll either kill the good guys, help the Black Arms control the world, or killing the president. You know, typical chores your parents always force you to do. On the flip side, hero missions have you teaming up with characters from the Sonic franchise. Tails, Amy, Rouge,
Oh, God, yes!
Knuckles, and more. You can even force your friends to suffer the same fate as you and do 2-player mode. If I have to suffer, so do you. Now the best one is neutral mode. Pick neutral mode. Literally all you have to do is get to the end of the level. You are not forced to travel around the map looking for Cream and her dumb-ass Blueberry Fairy or healing a bunch of scared scientists. I just want this game to be over. Please! Okay, we know the gameplay sucks, but can the story save it? No! On a day like any other, Shadow stares off into the sky, trying to forget about Sonic Adventure 2. But he also realizes he doesn't quite know who he is. Oh boy! A video game where the main character has amnesia? Fuck! All Shadow can remember is the gruesome image of the Alice in Wonderland Chinese bootleg getting shot in the face. I don't blame Shadow for having a traumatic experience after seeing a child get gunned down. He's then greeted by the leader of these alien abominations. This is the lazily named Black Doom. Apparently, he knows Shadow and the key to unlocking his past. All he has to do is collect the Chaos Emeralds. In Stage 1, you go through the city of Westopolis. You are given the chance to either help Sonic defeat the Black Arms, or kill the humans as instructed by Doom Eye. Normally in video games, I pick the hero route, but this is Shadow the Hedgehog, baby! I want to feel the darkness. Black Doom congratulates Shadow and tells him to hack into the United Federation's mainframe. which leads us into Stage 2, the Digital Circuit. In this stage, you can either help Doom-Eye destroy the core program, or help Rouge the Bat find the Chaos Emerald. There is no neutral choice. I stuck with the dark route just cause it was the easiest one for this level. Despite the threat of the black aliens growing ever stronger, the president keeps his faith in the United States to stay strong and believes that Shadow and Sonic will come around to save the day. I love that in this world, the president is a huge Sonic fan. You think he writes fanfiction? Meanwhile, Shadow is taken into an unknown place and finds Dr. Eggman. We enter Stage 3, the Cryptic Castle, a haunted mansion with many spooky pumpkins, ghosts, and aliens. This time, you can either help Amy save Cream and her sister, absolutely not, or help Eggman thwart off the demons by lighting 5 lanterns. Both of these missions suck. Actually, no, this whole level sucks. So we're just gonna get the Chaos Emerald and move on. After Shadow fights Egg Daddy, Amy did not do shit. Our anti-hero is still trying to figure out the secrets of his past. Black Doom comes out of nowhere and begins to explain Shadow's past from 50 years ago. Stage 4, the Doom, takes us back to Shadow's past, where him and Marie are being chased by the gun forces. Marie wanted Shadow to help the injured. Meanwhile, Black Doom tries to warp Shadow's mind and make him believe he killed everyone to further the darkness in Shadow's heart. This right here is the worst stage in the whole game. All my complaints, all my hatred stems from this level. There's so much backtracking, a lot of lag, the entire stage is difficult to navigate, and there's so many enemies that try to kill you. It's overwhelming. There's supposed to be a map to help you know where you are, but for me personally, this was not helpful at all. At this point in the game, I just said fuck it and focused on the neutral route so I can be done with it. After finishing the level, we make it to the boss, Heavy Dog. Just a flying tank that's super easy. Honestly, we needed this easy boss fight after this bullshit of a level. Afterwards, Shadow sees the president trying to escape to safety. Black Doom wants Shadow to follow and kill the president. Stage 5, Kill the President. In this stage, you can either help Tails defeat the black creatures or commit a war crime. Kill the president or save the president. Damn, both of those sound like really good options. Well, either way, I get to murder. So for this stage, because it's actually pretty straightforward with its goals and level design, I just did whichever came first. I defeated the black creatures, furthering my hero route. Now with Shadow slightly less of an asshole than he was before, he starts to remember his past. Shadow comes to the conclusion that he is a clone of the ultimate life form created by Dr. Eggman. The original died during the final battle of Sonic Adventure 2. Lone Shadow decides to follow the neutral path and destroy his maker as he heads to the lava shelter to kill Eggman. Joining him is Omega, a powerful robot who also wants revenge on Eggman for being neglected by his creator. After falling into lava more times than I'd like to admit, they make it to Eggman, the final battle of revenge.
You will regret ever having created me. You're going straight to hell.
Stop! My Christian ears can't take it!
You beat the spider slot machine, and Shadow declares his new ambition to the defeated Eggman. Shadow has declared himself the new ruler of the androids, and will lead the Empire as his own. This is who he is. He then kills Eggman. The end. Hold on. What about Black Doom and the aliens trying to destroy the world? Are we just gonna ignore that? As mentioned earlier in this video, the game does have 11 different endings between good, neutral, evil, and the true ending. In my playthrough, I got the neutral good ending. Let's go through them real quick. In Neutral Dark, Shadow vows to become stronger than the original. Hero Neutral, Shadow defeats Black Doom, but gets very depressed about the fact he exists, and just goes home. The Semi-Dark Hero ending, Shadow basically says nobody can tell him what to do, and then he kills Eggman. The Semi-Hero Dark ending has Shadow decide to become the protector of the Ark. The Semi-Dark Dark ending, Shadow defeats Sonic and decides to become the loyal servant of Black Doom. In the pure dark ending, Shadow believes he was created to bring order to the world and decides to destroy the planet. Yikes. The Hero Bad ending has Shadow basically say he's better than Sonic. The pure dark hero ending, Shadow decides to become the new ruler of the world. In the pure hero ending, Shadow swears to protect the Earth and defeat Black Doom. And that's the end of Shadow the Hedgehog. Fuck this game, dude. I'm happy that I can now say that I have beaten a Sonic game. I like the different weapons that I could use, I love the overall vibe of the game, and I do appreciate that the game is pretty short compared to like a Final Fantasy game, as it only took me about 4 hours to beat it. Although, I would like those 4 hours back. Plus, it is cool that the game has that many endings. I mainly just wanted to play this game to prepare for Sonic Movie 3 featuring Shadow. And yes, I know that there is the Sonic Generations featuring Shadow's playthrough and his story and stuff like that, but I wanted to hurt myself. That's the Shadow the Hedgehog way. But let me know what you thought of this game. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole YouTube shebang, and I'll see you next time. Bye.